always end up saying the stupidest stuff, and then I regret it, and then it comes back. Insecurity. That's what this video is about. Great power, source of energy, and revival of yourself and your desire to be alive, and your sense of worth, and your sense of caring for yourself, and your ability to see yourself as more than just a person with the labels and everything you think about yourself and what people think about you and what's ever happened or whatever you think's gonna ever happen. None of that shit. When you get into that state where it's just like, no, you see yourself as like one of those AI bodies that has no skin, just a bunch of light flowing around in various colors all throughout their body, in a world that's also a bunch of light, and that's how you suddenly feel for just a moment, and you realize that your hands are in the air, and you're holding your back, and you're standing like a goddess before your gathered multitudes, whatever, so forth. I don't know the word, and when I don't know the word, and I'm live, and I'm letting myself kind of be that comedian that's always been there trying to get out. Like I always end up saying the stupidest stuff, and then I regret it, and then it comes back. Insecurity. Insecurity. That's what this video is about. What you're about to hear is a magical experiment where I have been working with angels for the past 8-9 days now. I have been sort of preparing myself to receive the assistance from these various angels once I get into the actual rituals where I ask for something specific. Right now I'm just in the, making myself prepared to receive once I start asking for them, but I already feel like I'm getting some because today was an amazing day, and I talk about that in what's coming up. Talking about it, it felt like it had been channeled to me in a sense, I'm not saying I'm a channeler, but I feel like I had some spirit nudges that were, guiding me to think these thoughts, which I put on paper. And I am going to now share with you what's about to be spoken by a mechanical voice, because I don't want to use my own voice, because I'm going to play back exactly what I wrote during this download of information that just came out of me. And then I just ran it quickly through the grammar guide just to fix any major things, but I kept all the bad syntax in place because that's how it came out. Let's go ahead and play that now. Mama and just then my ears started to ring and I got chills. I'm getting them again, folks. This is real. My thoughts on insecurity, anxiety, nervousness, then trying to fix all that with magic. Dealing with being insecure and anxious as a magician also. Some thoughts on servitors and angels and chaos magic. I felt suddenly inspired to write about some ideas I was having, and then the following came out as if channeled, or at least nudged by the beings, spirits, all that I have been working with in my own imperfect way. Let's talk about nervousness and insecurity and how practicing magic can help or exacerbate those particular behaviors in the magician. Nope, can't do it. I'm too insecure and nervous. Let's talk about how to raise one's confidence with magic. Hey, that seems a little less personal and less likely to mess you up, so go ahead. Me talking to me. First off, how hard is it to realize that you just said words like that for public consumption? Does it make you feel powerful and uninhibited and authentic, or does it make you feel like the fool? For me, I need to go back and reread the Insecurity on materials and work on my deconstruction and deprogramming, because I immediately seek approval and want to be with the cool magicians until they scare me too much, but I still cannot not, Love and light. Do under others. Always being good all the FNG time is exhausting, especially when what once seemed good now seems more like a trap to keep us from never becoming more capable, more powerful, more able to say no to the FNG man in whatever form it comes in, and that includes anything meant to put us off track from gaining those goals mentioned already in this too long sentence, because I don't know about you, but I love a sentence where having been trained in the vocal arts allows one to get through the whole charade without stopping, obviously for a big breath. So, that is my gift to you, if you are that person who knows how to breathe for better voice control. As a magician, I have the power to decide what I want, what my will is. That's my decision, but when I check the database of pre-programmed instructions, don't be like this, never say that, do things this way, recycle your snot. I mean, laughter is the only thing without an opposite. Is that really true? And if it's not, what is the opposite of laughter? For me, I have so many times a day recollections of seeking approval, recollections of being informed I'm doing it wrong and you can't mix, and you can't do that while, and etc. And
And maybe some of the advice is sound, however, that is for me to decide in the end, because I have to pay the consequences of my choices. Life is about choices, so if I choose to worry and fret and alter my best path because I want to please someone else, then I still have a lot of growing and evolving to do, which I know I do. Which made me reflect today and where I'm at, magically. Kind of at a crossroads, I'd say. And even now as I write this, I worry about that one guy coming back onto my channel and calling me essentially a gum whore, and to that I can only say, IFW. But seriously, returning to my chaos roots is where I seem to be headed, having recently started listening to everything ever said by Tommy Kelly in the last year, and having started working with his The 4D Servants Phenom Magic and Divination system, at least started the getting to know them stage, a bit. And I've also gotten back into angel magic again, and I'm still doing a daily planetary magic working offering. I have an altar set up with moving parts that change depending on the day of the week, and that gets a candle and some words every day, and when I need something specific, like some motivation to do a task I've been putting off, I might read the Orphic hymn for the spirit of Mars and marshal those spiritual forces, as I was taught in Seven Spheres and in particular his Zeus cult. Materials. I miss my servitor, the one that had her own bottle and wardrobe like I dream of Jeannie, which probably means she's still alive out there somewhere as a kind of thought form and I could revive her, but I'm not sure that's a good idea, because I might bring back traits in myself I'd grown out of by pulling out a magical helping spirit from 10 years ago. Best I start from scratch and do something completely different and then maybe even do a banishing ritual for the first one, or I could live dangerously and see if she might help me with my shadow work based on my feelings about not being pretty enough, etc. But, no time soon. I don't really know what I want other than to keep writing my novel and to have housing, food, safety, health, friends and loved ones I can reach out to when I need them. But, I don't have a lot of desire to initiate contact because I want to be alone more than I want to have to go do something and go be with people, because I have magic and writing I need to get back to.